All right. Well, first up, you have BC on Wednesday night. Initial thoughts on BC having looked at some film.
No, don't over assume I've looked at film. I've seen them play a little bit. I just know their last two scores have been pretty impressive about keeping really defended two teams really well. That keeping it down there, and I know they're uh, battling to playing well. I know they're going back to even like they had a great chance to beat North Carolina on the road, similar game that we had, and I just don't see a lot of differences. I think Duke's kind of established himself as a pretty impressive team, and then Clemson, Louisville, obviously have done a lot, but I think a lot of teams from in the middle of the pack, so to speak, are going to be really battling each other, and I just don't have much familiarity with with Boston College. I'll get on it tonight.
David Teal, go ahead.
Kyle, you guys are positioned pretty well to get a first day bye at the tournament. Given that you will have traveled east and you will have been in Eastern time for a while, how advantageous would that extra day off be for you guys?
I think it'd be really, just this time of year, being able to get a bye, being sitting there waiting for someone, and you know, and again, like you said, being acclimated to the East Coast time should help. Again, I compare us like astronauts landing on the moon. Don't really have a good background with this. It'll help going in next year. What's the best practices are, how we've been doing it, and we're taking notes and going to get feedback from the players what they think's the best. But I agree with you. Staying on that East Coast time zone should help us, and also the extra rest. And if you've got a bye, you're waiting on someone, that can go either way. Sometimes the team comes in there with a win and playing well, but if you can survive that, and getting that second half of those games, and the team should be tired or should be somewhat. And if you can get that, I still think you have a better chance of advancing when you got that bye.
I go next to Jeff Fraudo.
Hey, Kyle, you've seen him twice now, and I'm wondering your impressions on Cal's freshman, Jeremiah Wilkinson, on his ability to draw fouls, his quickness, his confidence he's still only 18 years old.
He's really impressive. I can't deny that. Like he's just a little bit like a coach in our league, Damon Stoudemire. He's just relentless lefty, constantly getting to the basket. Good luck trying to keep him from going left, but he does play with a certain swagger, understanding. He draws contact, puts your defense in a compromised position, he's only probably going to get better. Period. That's a good player.
Thank you.
From
Ben Parker.
Yeah, Kyle, I just want to get your thoughts on just kind of what is it, how good is it for your team to kind of learn to win kind of close games like the one you kind of did on Saturday?
We've been in a lot of them, been on and come up on the right end of those quite a few times. I think I think we're finally back to where we got through the injury with Jalen. We got through with some illness with Benny, and I felt like we're back to that solid eight-man rotation. We had some other guys, Evan Stinson and Jalen Thompson, some guys that filled in and did a good job in their absence, and we had opportunity. We beat NC State, had a chance to beat Wake. So, God, what was the question, Ben? I forgot. What was it? I felt like I was going somewhere.
You were going somewhere. I was just kind of getting your thoughts on just winning close games like
winning close games. So I think with that group, we haven't been able to. We've had too many games where we've had leads in that second half, and games have tightened up. And I knew when they got to like double bonus, and teams have been able to extend the game with multiple possessions, press, foul, and putting pressure on us to make baskets and get stops. It's a good position to be in. If we can get more in that situation where we have leads in the second half, I think it's part of becoming a good program. Like we're close against Cal. Like we had they gave us some good looks at three when we were like up 8, up 10, end of the clock, and we missed a couple, and we kind of tightened up, and they kept coming at us. So healthy for us to sustain and hold them on. We need to learn how to take that game from 8 to 10 when just keeping it 3 possessions or bigger and play the right way. And that takes a little experience. And that win was our 17th, which guaranteed a winning season, which I don't know if that's what people are really thinking about, but it hasn't happened here in a while. So we need to be that we're learning. We're learning. So that was a good, should be a confidence booster, especially when you get to postseason tournaments.
Yeah, and another question for you: just what do you most want to what areas do you most want to kind of work on, kind of from Saturday's game to clean up for this coming week?
Well, obviously, we got to get the press attack when you don't have any point guards. It's tough. we got work out. They fouled out both their point guards, so that was a challenge. But handling pressure, late game situations, I don't think it's a secret. And you have to do it to beat anybody, home or away. You're going to have to. Teams are going to, I think Cal was down 11, and they made a concerted effort. They went small. They pressed us, and like I said, we turned over only twice against the press, but we missed an offensive rebound. They got an offensive rebound on a missed free throw. They're getting the foul line, and then they got enough stops, and it just whittled away at that thing. So we'll work on situations that way. We work on situations late game, last few seconds all the time, but we might need to get a good offensive possession when you're up 4 with 3 to go. Let's make sure we're getting the ball where it needs to go.
Back to David Teal.
You mentioned repping late game situations in practice. How difficult are they to prepare for, to simulate game pressure, to simulate that fatigue, and especially if you're on the road?
You know what? There's nothing like game experience, I'll say that much. But you just hope that you covered the situation where guys in that fatigue remember, what am I supposed to do? You're happy if everyone practices 2 seconds left, length of the floor, got to go. And as a coach, you're like, if they get the right spots and they try to execute, that's a win. If it's successful, then it's bonus. I think it's really hard for college guys, talented that way. And we screwed up in practice. We work on, we're up 3 with 11 seconds left, and we're looking to foul. We practice that stuff. So just to cover our butt with you guys, say. So when I've lost doing it. I've lost. No one talks about how our guy went make, miss, offensive rebound and 1, lost the game. So I was like fouling up 3. I've seen it happen, and when you do that specific situation, refs get involved. If they don't, you got to count the fouls, loose balls, etc. So we practice those things all the time, and I think it's just give you confidence that you know what to do, and then the pressure of actually executing, whether you're knowing how to switching everything in a late game situation or when to foul, not to foul, etc. You just hope it's in there, and then they have to be able to do it under pressure.
It sounds like it's as much mental fatigue as physical.
100%, and then also, guys, 18 to 22-year-olds, and understanding who's right in that situation. You have the right team. Certain players shouldn't be on the floor if they're bad foul shooters. That might be one of your better players. We're a good foul shooting team, so we don't have too many issues like that. But that's been an issue, a problem. Hey, then you're dealing with a guy that's pouting. It's like, no, I want to win, and educate them on that stuff, and get your butt get your free throw shooting right so we can play you late in the game.
Anything else? All right, Kyle, thank you. Appreciate the time as always.
All right.
See you next week.
All right, bye.
Hi, I'm Mark Villasana, proud SMU alumni and agency principal of Northwest Insurance Agency. Give me a call if you'd like to discuss your insurance or if you just want to discuss SMU football. My phone number is 214-352-5656, or you can email me at info@nwagencies.com. Pony up.